He is the pride of the Chargers. Back home in Oregon, Justin Herbert back on the program. Justin, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Thanks for having me again. Good to be here. How are you guys doing?
Are you in your old bedroom, your bedroom you had when you were in grade school and high school?
No, I'm actually in the family room. I've been staying in my old house, but not there right now.
Oh, okay. So there's trophies and posters in the old bedroom?
I think those might be taken down.
Wait, you just moved out and they took all your stuff and put it in boxes?
Yeah, it's crazy. No, they've done a good job keeping my room together, so it's not too bad.
All right, I got a test for you. I got a job for you. I want you to take away one defender that you would not want to face from Kansas City and Tampa. So you played them both. Give me the one guy, if I said you have the power to remove him from the lineup when you face him, who would that guy be with Kansas City?
I'd probably say Tyrann Mathieu and then Levante David.
Ooh. Now, let me start with Tyrann Mathieu. Why him?
He just makes plays wherever he is on the field. He's fast, he's smart, and he's one of those guys that you have to look out for. And coverages, blitzes, and he's able to do everything.
But when you look at game film, or when you're game planning for the Chiefs, like what were you trying to take advantage of? Like if you're Brady, what would you be looking to try to do?
We just have to take what we were given. You had to take a positive yard. If you're hitting a check down for 5 yards or you're getting a run for 4 yards, that's great. You need to be able to move the ball, and you need to be able to convert on third down. You can't stay behind the sticks, and so that's one of those things that we try to do. And ultimately, we weren't good enough when we played against them. So it's just something that you got to keep practicing and get better at.
Okay, why Levante David out of the Buccaneers lineup?
Just how fast he is and how athletic and how he's able to make plays on the ball and pass coverage and stopping the run. It was really impressive to watch.
So what, if you're Mahomes, would you try to take advantage of?
That's a great question. I think that's one of those things I guess we're going to have to wait and see in the Super Bowl.
What did you try to take advantage of?
We just kind of looked at some of the coverages they played and tried to get some plays that were known to work against some of those. Obviously we didn't win that game either, so we could have been better. But there's just a lot of route coverages that maybe you can play against certain coverages. And so it's one of those things you have to watch a lot of film on and get a good beat on.
I understand. You don't want to name names and you don't want to give any game plans out. And you don't want to face them again and then have them say, so I heard you said you could take advantage of this. So I don't want you to get in trouble, okay?
I appreciate that.
But, Shaq Barrett is pretty impressive. Like Tampa, we don't talk about Tampa's defense because of Brady, but that defense is that's one. They've won their last 2 games because of their defense.
I think they're incredible. I think they've got a lot of guys up front. I think they've got some really good safeties. I think all across the board they've got guys, and they've got a great coach that puts them in a great position to win. And when you got a great coach like that and athletic, good defenders, I think you're going to have a great defense.
We're talking to Justin Herbert, the Chargers quarterback. We talked to your new head coach, Brandon Staley. Do you know that he played quarterback at my university, University of Dayton? Were you aware that he was a quarterback, Justin?
I actually saw some film of him throwing the ball, and I was pretty impressed. He was able to sling it around, so that was cool to see.
He said that when he was coming back from the press conference, you were, I think, the first call that he made when he was in the car.
Well, that's awfully nice of him. He didn't let me know that, but we've talked quite a bit over the phone, and just excited to get to really meet him in person. And I've only heard great things about him, so it's going to be a great opportunity to work with him.
How would you sum up your first year? If somebody didn't see it and you were going to explain to them how you did, what would you say?
Shoot, that's a great question. I would say I learned a lot. Obviously a tough year, not the year that we wanted. Would have loved to have won a couple more games, but I'm so proud of the way the guys battled, and especially after losing 45-0 at home against the Patriots, we turn around and go win 4 in a row. And I'm not an NFL expert yet, but usually that doesn't happen. And so that locker room that the guys put together, I was really proud of them.
What was different than you expected?
I think the speed of the game is probably the biggest difference. I kind of expected that, knowing coming into this level, but you really have to play through it to really understand how fast it really is. And, I could hear, oh, Justin's going to be so much faster, this and that. But when you step out there and realize it's a lot faster, and a couple of times when I drop back and I'd get too deep and you'd get some pass rushers that just fly around the end, knocking the ball out. And you have to kind of go through that to really understand that it's a whole different game.
What's the hit that you'll remember from your rookie season?
I think it was on the sideline against the Chiefs. I was running out of bounds, and I tried to get the first down, and I stayed in bounds, and I just collided with a linebacker, and we both fell on the ground, and that's one of those hits that, I probably shouldn't do again, so I've learned from that one.
You know how to slide. You played baseball. You got to get out of bounds to live to see another play.
I know. I was getting yelled at all year about that, so I'll be better about it next year.
I've seen so many young quarterbacks who want that extra yard. And Jimmy Garoppolo or RG3, and you just go, get out of bounds. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what? I have a problem when a young quarterback can't get up. He gets injured because he's trying to get that extra. I shouldn't be yelling at you. I sound like I'm your dad. I don't mean to be yelling at you. Now go to your room, Justin. No, I get out of bounds. It's okay. Nobody's going to say, boy, Justin Herbert's soft. Get out of bounds.
Yeah, it's really not worth it.
No.
Get a couple of yards, get out of bounds, and get down and be safe.
Yes, I got to get you into the playoffs. I can't get you in the playoffs if you're not playing, okay? How are the uniforms this year? Any adjustments to the Chargers uniforms?
No, I thought they were great. I guess from going from Oregon to the Chargers, I've been pretty fortunate enough to have some pretty good jerseys over the years. And I think the Chargers did a great job. Yeah,
I even asked you, better uniform. Last time you avoid the rush and didn't give me an answer, but Chargers uniforms, Oregon Duck uniforms.
I would probably say since I play for the Chargers now, my loyalty is probably to the Chargers. So that'd probably be my answer. But I've always been super, super happy and awesome to wear the Oregon uniform.
Yeah, but there's so many different variations on the Oregon uniform. That light blue, that powder blue with the Chargers, come on. Everybody looks good in that uniform.
Yeah, that's tough to beat.
Did you get any autographs or jerseys this year with guys you played against?
No, we actually weren't allowed to. It was one of our rookie rules where we weren't really allowed to swap jerseys yet. And so I think that's something that going forward I'll be able to do.
Well, who do you want? You don't face Brady next year, do you?
I don't think so. I haven't checked the schedule yet.
Oh, no. You're going to miss out on Brady.
Yeah, that would have been cool. I unfortunately, since I'm such a big NFL fan, I feel like pretty much anyone I go against, it'd be awesome to have their jersey. So I'm happy with anyone, I guess.
Well, have fun in Eugene. Can you walk around town without people bothering you?
Oh, of course. I think Eugene's a pretty small place, and I don't think too many people care too much about it. So it's been awesome so far.
Are you having a Super Bowl party?
Yeah, we'll be watching the Super Bowl, but I think we're going to keep it to a pretty small amount of people.
That makes
sense.
Safe. Thanks for joining us. By the way, do you root for the Chiefs? They're in the AFC, or can you not root for the Chiefs because they're in the AFC West?
That's a good point. I think I'm just rooting for a good game. It's a Super Bowl and two great quarterbacks, two great teams. So it's just going to be a lot of fun to watch for me.
Well, good to talk to you. Congratulations again on a great season, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's Justin Herbert, my Chargers.